Welcome to NEXTGames video on how to solo Ark Angel GK in Eschan Ru'Aun. Ark Angel GK is very similar to the Ark Angel high-tier mission battlefield fights against him. He will use all of the same moves, and his difficulty will be similar to that of the very difficult difficulty in the HTMB fights. So if you're able to manage the very difficult difficulty, you should have a fairly easy job taking him down here. Your only real difficulty is going to be the 15-minute time limit and whether or not you can do enough damage in that time. For trust on this fight, we are using Seth to continually restore HP, MP, and TP to the party, Ulmia for March, Koru for haste, Yoran to keep me alive, and lastly I'm using August to help tank and start the fight off while I get enfeebles on Ark Angel GK. Now that 5th slot for a trust being August really has some flexibility there. If you want, you can also use a white mage to give yourself some extra healing. You also can add Ark Angel MR to try and give yourself some treasure hunter. You can try and use Shantoto 2 for some extra magic burst and damage. So you really can play with that slot a lot. I've used several different trusts in that position and all seem to work pretty well. Just know that if you don't use August, the start of this fight is going to be a little more difficult as you try and get the enfeebles in between getting your shadows back up. The trick to this fight is simply keeping 2 to 3 shadows up at all times. The reason for this is he quite frequently will do a melee hit or 2 and then follow it up with a skill chain. If you only have 2 shadows up, he quite frequently will strip those 2 shadows with those melee hits and then follow it up with the skill chain, which will of course land on you. Therefore, you always want to make sure you have enough shadows to cover that process. As long as you do, the fight is fairly easy, and you just want to keep your shadows up, keep them enfeebled, and take them down as quickly as you can, as you do only have 15 minutes to take down quite a bit of hit points. Let's see how this fight goes. Enjoy the fight, everyone. Sometime between 90% and 50% hit points, August will die to a skill chain by Ark Angel GK, and you will have to finish the rest of the fight with you as the main tank. When this happens, remember to keep those minimum shadows up and get in as much damage as you can as quickly as you can. Let's see how the rest of this fight goes. Here at the end, you can see what happens when you don't keep multiple shadows up, and how quickly this fight can go south. Fortunately, it doesn't cost me the win in this instance, but it does give you an example of exactly why it is you need to keep those multiple shadows up. Now, Ark Angel GK almost always drops an Eschite ore, which is great, which will allow you to easily get your money back for the pop. But sadly, I've killed him almost 100 times now and never seen his shuriken drop. So it is an extremely rare drop. If anyone has any tips on how to get the shuriken to drop, please let me know. And I hope everyone's enjoyed the video. Have a great week.